those of you who don't know us yet, we are Carol and Ken, and we like touring in our little red camper, tiny Nissan MV200, built by Sussex Camper Vans. We offer tips and tricks for how to survive in such a tiny van, and also try and demonstrate just how easy it is to wild camp.
Welcome back to the channel. The last episode ended with us leaving Tintern Abbey in search of a park-up for the night.
We've spotted somewhere a little bit unusual on the map, so we're heading there now, but we've no idea if we'll be able to stay or not. It's golden hour, so I really need to find somewhere where we can put the drone up and take advantage of that. Oh, I thought this was the entrance to a car park, but it's just a lay-by. On the right hand side we can just make out Tintern Quarry, and that's the River Wye bending round to the left back towards Tintern Abbey. I think these cliffs are the remains of another quarry on the opposite side. This is the A466 towards Chepstow.
On the left here we can see Chepstow Racecourse, so we'll pull in a minute and try and give you a view.
Take a look.
Chepstow Racecourse. Chepstow Racecourse is home of the Coral Welsh Grand National, the richest horse race in Wales. The track is an oval circuit of just under 2 miles. As you can see, it is used for jump racing. There are about 11 fences on a complete circuit, and it is also used for flat racing with a straight mile course. The first jump racing took place in March 1927. Since then the course has been used for flat racing in the summer and jumping in the winter.
We're driving through Chepstow now, on our way to the next park up. We're turning right here, down to the village of Beechley. The plan is to stay down under the Severn Bridge tonight, right by the river. But I note there's an army barracks showing on the sat-nav, so that might be a little problem. I think this is the entrance to the barracks down here on the right hand side. There's a sign here for the Old Ferrie Inn, which has been knocked down now and turned into a business centre. This narrow track should take us directly underneath the bridge. Oh, that's a surprise. Didn't know there was a lifeboat station down here. Now, all the time I've been alive, there's been a crossing via bridge. So I have no memories of ferry service here. Does anybody else? I assume this building on the left is where the lifeboat is kept. Probably just an inshore dinghy. Never been here before. Let's see if we're going to be able to stay.
That's the spot, isn't it?
Yeah. Severn Bridge. Well, it's nice and sheltered here from the wind, and surprisingly, the noise from the motorway above us is not that noticeable either. We're slightly nose down, which is good for sleeping, but I'm not too sure about staying here because of this rescue centre. If they get a shout during the night, this area could be a hive of activity. I wouldn't really want my van to be in the way of any sort of rescue. Well, as that plan has failed, we're now heading into Chepstow to see if we can park in the town. This is Beaufort Square in Chepstow. I'm going to turn right here down Middle Street because we know there's a car park at the bottom. So just on the left down here then is a car park called Castle Dell, which is good for visiting the town as well as the castle. We have already walked around this castle in a previous video, and I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to see inside. We relocated the van to a quieter spot of the car park, and we're going to give it a go staying the night. Chicken tikka slices in 2 bags of Saag Aloo with some mini Peshwari naans, all heated up in this pan. Looks a bit of a green goo.
Well, it's a saag.
Yeah.
Spinach and potato.
Have a quick taste and then just tell me what you think. That's got quite a kick to it actually after you've tasted it a bit.
Afterkick.
Yeah. Okay, hopefully it's nice.
Tastes fine.
Well, that was much better than I thought it was going to be.
It's much hotter than I thought it was going to be.
A hot one, Charlie.
Yeah, brilliant. Whew.
People say that Chepstow is the oldest surviving stone castle in Britain.
If you wander back again, call my number, call my name. We both know how to play.
That was a cold one last night, wasn't it, Charlie Brown?
Freezing.
Yeah. Well fogged up this morning. Lovely mist. So where are we off to now?
Gonna head to Monmouth now.
Monmouth. We'll see you there.
Hey, very peaceful. Thank you, Chepstow.
Thank you, Chepstow. Chepstow is the nearest town to England in Wales. Back in the Middle Ages, it was most famous for its imports of wine. It used to have a defensive wall, and here we can see one of the surviving gates.
Forever I'll live, forever I'll try. Forever I'll run, forever I'll die. Forever this heart, forever my soul.
Are you gonna come and say hello then? You're coming, are you? Come and say hello. Oh, no fighting. Be friendly.
Forever this town, forever my car. Forever this night, forever these stars. Forever I live.
This is Rockfield Road car park. We're just going to have a walk into Monmouth, but it looks like the mist is going to be with us. I've got 5 layers on,
Yeah.
and I'm just putting hat and gloves on now as well.
Whoa. It is freezing, isn't it?
Yeah. Need to burn off this cloud. There's the river.
Yeah, we'll get across.
This is the bridge that's covered in water.
We'll get across this bridge. Don't slip over. Glad we didn't walk down that one and try and use that
Glad
one.
we didn't have to come across there, yeah.
Yeah. Style's broken. Oh, this is useless, isn't it? People obviously don't
Not
walk.
a very well travelled path, obviously.
No, obviously not.
Oh, goodness.
Be careful if you're standing on that post because you don't want to slip off
No,
with one leg.
I don't know how I'm meant to do this.
Well, I put one foot through there and that was my... So put your right... No, because you're going to step over with your left, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I am.
So put your right foot through there.
I could probably step down actually into there.
Yeah, because you've got
I've
extra
got
long
longer
legs.
legs than you.
It came in useful there, didn't they?
Ah, stretching exercise for the morning.
Right, okay, so good. We walk up here and hopefully that footbridge is not busted like that one.
Yeah.
I smell the smoke in the air as well, don't you? You smell it?
I can smell it, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Hello. Well done. The MOD hereby give notice that this bridge is not dedicated to the public and is liable to closure at any time without notice.
It's a museum. The building used to be the market and it had slaughterhouses underneath. The building was burnt down in 1963, so this is a reconstruction.
Ah.
We're looking for somewhere to have breakfast, and we've been inspired by those happy days, so we're going to try a veggie option.
Ooh. What are you having, Charlie?
I don't know.
I think Carol fancies a bit of falafel. Let's see what she goes for.
We both went for the veggie breakfast, which included coffee. Do you think you get less beans when they serve them like this in a cup rather than on the plate? We really enjoyed our veggie breakfast, but I don't think we've been converted. This is Monmouth Bridge, the only remaining fortified river bridge in Britain, with its gate tower standing on the bridge. This photo shows what it used to look like with the ford to the side. I think this white building was an extension built in the 18th century and was where the gatekeeper lived. This ceramic mosaic wheel was built to commemorate the millennium.
Great idea.
The 40 tiles illustrate over 2,000 years of local history.
Cinema, isn't it?
Yeah? Savoy.
Savoy.
What's on?
Apparently this is the oldest site of a theatre in Wales, dating back to Elizabethan times. This is St Mary's Priory Church, dedicated in 1101. From the gardens here, up on that hill we can see the Kim Inn, where we visited earlier in the trip. We're back at the top of the town now, because we've come to see the castle, but it's situated inside the base of the Royal Engineers. This imposing building belongs to the military, and just off to its left is the castle. Not much remains of Monmouth Castle, but here in 1386 Henry V was born. The castle was built to protect the strategic crossings of the River Wye and Monnow. The Royal Monmouthshire Royal Engineers is the most senior regiment of the British Army Reserve. It is unique in having the word royal appear twice in its name, and it was formed in 1539 during the reign of King Henry VIII. We're thinking of getting one of these and converting it to a camper.
Goes in water as well.
Yeah, you could just push down any barriers then, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Got armour-piercing shells for boy racers, and it can handle a 50% gradient. What's not to like? You could have some mulled wine. After doing some shopping, we headed back to the van and spotted this beautiful tree in the town. It's the usual story. After that walk around the town, we now fancy somewhere to park up and just relax for a little while. Carol is navigating us to a car park, but on arrival we found that it was a little bit too slopey to be comfortable. A quick check of the map and we found somewhere else down by the river that might be a good solution. We're back down at the River Wye, but this time at the Ye Old Ferrie Inn. It's a very narrow track to get down to this point, so if you've got a larger vehicle, think carefully about it. This little bend at the bottom is also very steep and quite difficult to get back up. It's very quiet here, but the pub is closed, so that probably explains it. We're very close to the water here, and as you can see the river is still quite high thanks to all the rain we've been having. I certainly wouldn't camp down here at this moment. Put the roof up, let the sun do its work on the solar panel, make a cup of tea and have a bit of toasted fruit loaf. We thought of you, Marie Pedretti, when we saw this rhubarb jam with its Madagascan vanilla.
How's the jam?
Very nice. Time's moving on, so we need to find somewhere to spend the night. Now, do you remember I said that it's quite difficult to get around this corner and up the hill? I found it really difficult to get any grip, so my tyres were spinning, but eventually I did get it going again. The road soon flattens out, but then I had to wait for Carol to catch me up and get back in.
Did you skid on the leaves?
No, it was so steep it couldn't get any traction on the front wheels. We met a couple of foreign tourists halfway up the hill, and they had no choice, unfortunately, but to reverse up. I did pull over on the right hand side for them, but I think they'd had enough by then and they just drove off. Just down here we met a pheasant that has a bit of a death wish. The last time we came across this bridge, it was in the driving rain. Right, we're almost here. The park up is just at the end of this very bumpy track. It's a bit rough, isn't it, Charlie?
You do pick them.
You want to come back out of this road in a hurry?
In the dark?
Yeah.
No.
Old first gear. Just let it crawl. Just hit your head.
Yeah, with the sun visor, it'd come off its hook.
Come off its hook and
Hit me in the face. Yeah.
Right in the face.
Yeah.
So we're just here on the right a bit.
That's where we're headed. This little car park here.
Yeah. We made it. Nothing special, but quite a little spot in the woods, hopefully. We were going to park nearer to the lake, but actually it's flatter opposite. We relaxed for a bit, and then it was time to make our evening meal.
You might have to have the heat on.
I think we should start by closing the rear curtains.
Okay, let's get to it. I've just heated up a tin of stewed steak.
Yeah.
And just added to it some vegetables. We bought a veg pack,
Yeah.
ready prepared, and I cut up some potato. And I just boiled that for about 15 minutes till it was cooked, and I've added it to the stewed steak
Yeah, okie dokie. Is it ready?
and mixed it all together, and it's heated through again. It's ready to dish up. It's a real easy beef casserole.
Yeah, beef stew.
Beef stew.
Yummy. Easy's good after a big day.
To warm us up.
Yeah, it's cold out there, isn't it?
Freezing.
Don't look pretty, but it tastes nice.
Tastes good.
Yeah.
And it certainly warms you up.
Yeah.
Getting quite hot now.
That's what you need, isn't it? I think it's tasty.
The meat's really nice.
Yeah.